Hello everyone, and welcome back to Reviews, Views, and Everything Else. Today we're going back to the Gesara, Nesara, and the Federal Reserve because I don't think this will be a topic that ends until it actually comes to fruition, if it ever comes to fruition. So, and I think we're seeing some of that happen now. So, in order to do some more research, I went back to the National Archives. Right up here. I went up to the National Archives and I did some searching. Let's see. And I've got lots of pages open here, so I apologize. You can do some searching on the National Archives. Up here's a little question box or a little search box. So I did a search and let's see. I typed in the search box Reformation Act. And this is all the things that popped up here. And I did find right here. It says, tell us what you think about We the People and the petition response on the National Economic Security Reformation Act. And this was in the Obama White House archives. And it says, fill out the survey. And we will click on that. And it brings you to this page. So there was actually, if you notice here, Nesara, Nesara. So there was some kind of an act or a bill proposed in which they needed signatures. That's this page. Which leads us to, let me see, the Obama White House. I went to the Obama White House. And this is all the petitions that we the people have filed and requested the White House. We the people, the White House, President, this is under Barack Obama because each president has a different page or setup for their White House. Let's see. That's Obama. See, we can do a search right here for Donald Trump's White House. And this is what his looks like. And I tried looking for like We the People section to see if there were any bills or anything. And I couldn't find a We the People section. So we go here. So then I went to the Obama White House. And there's a section called We the People. Let's see if I go back here. And look, this gives you the option to create a petition or about petitions. But anyway, so I scrolled through here and there are some quite interesting petitions in here, and you notice that some have longer green bars than other. So, like, you have to have 100,000 signatures for it to, like, go before the president. This one actually reached 378,000. But since it's here, I'm not sure that anything was ever done. But let's scroll down here. Look, I thought this one was quite interesting. Charge Hillary Rodham Clinton pursuant to 18 U.S.C. 641-793. They needed 100,000 signatures and they got 246,388. And then if you click on view, it tells that what the petition is all about, and then right here is a response. And it says, of course, this is in the Obama White House, we decline to comment on the specific requests raised in the petition. So you see how far that went and how far the collusion went between president and what's going on. But anyway, so we're going to scroll through here and we're going to look for the Nesara Gesara, the National Economic, and it wasn't too far down here. But this will be the first bit of information that I find. I couldn't find anything under Bill Clinton's administration. Look, right here's one. Investigate Jimmy Kimmel's Kids Table. Legally remove and recognize Westboro's Baptist Church as a hate group. Repeal Obamacare. I shouldn't have moved off my marker that I had earlier. So now we have to scroll back down here looking for it. I probably passed it and y'all probably seen me pass it. So if I was doing a live stream, you could have stopped me. It's on, I know it's on this side of the page, so we will look. I apologize that I'm taking your time and we're re-looking for this. Look, investigate Chris Dodd for bribery. Okay, right here. Announce and implement the National Economic Security and Reformation Act, Nesara. So this is the first bit of information I actually found that this is actually a thing. We needed 5,000 signatures, and it actually received 6,623 signatures. But the bill is called Announce and Implement the National Economic Security and Reformation Act, Nesara. And as you can see, it's not quite as extensive as the plan I announced in probably my first Nesara video, but this one implemented the zeroing out all credit card, mortgage, and other bank debt, abolishes the income tax, creates a 14% flat non-essential new items only sales tax revenue for the government. In other words, food and medicine will not be taxed, nor will such items as old homes. Increases benefits to senior citizens. Returns to constitutional law to all courts. Monitors elections and prevents illegal election activities of special interest groups. Creates a new U.S. currency backed by gold and silver and platinum precious metals. And then it says for complete information, and it gives these links. And then down here, here's the White House's response. Thank you for signing this petition. We appreciate your participation in We the People platform on whitehousegovernment.gov. This says that it was not introduced into Congress and that Obama cannot implement a law that has not been passed. And then it goes on to say that many of the points referenced in the petition are not in Obama's blueprint for an American economy. So you see his claim that it was never passed into law. I just want to see what this is. Okay, so I'll check out this link a little bit better. But let's go back over here. In the National Archives, I also did a search on executive orders. It's kind of hard to type with my phone right in front of me. Executive. I put it in the search. Oh, it brought me to that. That's not what I wanted. So we will move on. So, as you all know, back to the Gesara Nesara. There's also a good place online to read more information about. They have daily updates on the Gesara Nesara, and it's called the Dinar Chronicles because there's two different Gesara Nesaras, and these are going hand in hand. I think both parts, but one part has to do with the dinar, and you can watch an earlier video I did on those where they're going to exchange some obsolete dinar bills for gold-backed money. But anyway, this update was as of March 29th. And right here it says, last week the U.S. dollar was gold-backed. On Thursday, the 26th of March, the Fed started to integrate into the new U.S. Treasury. On Friday, March 27th morning, the new global currency rates were locked into bank screens. And that afternoon, after Trump signed the stimulus bill, the powers that be began releasing liquidity for the global currency reset. So right here it talks about the Zim redemption was a priority since it created liquidity into the system. And that was to begin on Tuesday, March 31st, which will be tomorrow. All right. And then there's a little blurb here about the virus, whereas back in January 11th, 2017, Dr. Fauci said that there was no doubt Trump would face a surprise infectious disease outbreak. Something to look at for another video. All right. Some have said that the coronavirus is part of the Illuminati conspiracy, which it may or may not be. And it's a cover story for... And right now, it may or may not have been. And right now, I think Trump may have turned this into a white hat attempt to contain the black hats. So we're going to have to see how this plays out. Then there are a couple of blurbs here from Joe M., and we will take a look at those. Let me see right here. This says that all debts and mortgages have been forgiven. Let's see what that says. Until I hear Trump say that mortgages have been forgiven, I'm not going to put too much stock into all of this. So let me see, Joe M. So right here, Joe M. is saying that patriots have bankrupted the Federal Reserve and absorbed its function into the United States Treasury. The cause of all wars, famine, economic collapse for the past 100 years has been dissolved, and the people have reclaimed the money system. Congratulations, humanity. And he's basically repeating this little article right here. Let me see, the debt issued by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, an argument can be made. Let me see. It's based off of this article. FinanceYahoo.com. Fed's cure risks being worse than the disease. Let me see. Let me make a couple of notes on the Federal Reserve at the moment. The Federal Reserve is not a government entity. The Federal Reserve, or AKA the IRS, is not a government agency. The director, there are 12 branches. The director is located in New York, and there are no reserves. There are no audits ever done. There is never any oversight done by Congress on the Federal Reserve. That is something that was put into place in the 1930s by Roosevelt, I believe, and I've done an earlier video on this as well. And whereas the minute you're born, you are declared dead by issuing of your birth certificate, and you are now chattel to the Illuminati and the elites, and you are taxed for as long as you're able to work until the day you die. So, this article is basically saying that the central bank is only allowed to purchase or lend against securities that have government guarantee, and we are the guarantee. This includes treasury securities, agency, mortgage-backed securities, and debt issued by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So, it tells how they go on and issue or finance a special vehicle such as the SPV for each acronym to conduct these operations. So they're using the Exchange Stabilization Fund. All right. In other words, let's just go back here. It says the Fed will finance a special purpose vehicle, the SPV, for each acronym to conduct an operation up here. The Treasury, not the Fed, is buying all the securities and backstopping of loans. The Fed is acting as a banker and providing financing. The Fed hired BlackRock Incorporated to purchase these securities and handle the administration of the SPV on behalf of the owner, the Treasury. In other words, the federal government is nationalizing large swaths of the financial market. The Fed is providing the money to do it. BlackRock will be doing the trades. This essentially merges the Fed and the Treasury into one organization. So meet your new Fed Chairman, Donald J. Trump. So there is that. All right. And right here, Joe M. says it perfectly. The American taxpayer has funded the whole world's descent into violent, starving, disease-ridden hell over the past 100 years, and we didn't even know. No, we didn't. So right here, I thought I would browse Donald Trump's executive orders to see if anything was slid in about the Nesara there. But of course, they're going to keep things like that off, the radar until it comes into fruition. All right, so let's go back. We went to the Dinar Chronicles. Right here it talks about how they've implemented 20 Gesara. All right, it says in the last report for March 20th, it was stated that Gesara events number 1, 2, 3, and 18 were in the early stages of implementation. And those are canceling all credit card and mortgage and other bank debt due to illegal banking and government activities, abolishes income tax, abolishes the IRS with employees of the IRS transferred to the U.S. Treasury, releases unprecedented prosperity with enormous sums of money for humanitarian purposes, and eliminate the Federal Reserve System. And then they also, right here. So I think, let's go right here. we done seen all that. We have seen all of this. And you can read a little bit more on this page. I will post a link here. But also, Gary posted this link that he got from, let's see, Rumor Mill News, that we have an alert coming up. So obviously this did not happen this week. I think this may happen about Wednesday or Thursday. It says the latest intel, we need 100% of people indoors to see what the U.S. military is going to broadcast on everyone's TV sets worldwide. It is going to be very painful, but we can no longer have people divided around Sunday, Monday. POTUS will tweet, my fellow Americans, the storm is upon us. We will go to full global martial law. He will most likely be on board Air Force One, and when he sends out 7 presidential messages to everyone's phones and TV sets worldwide on the emergency broadcast system. From there, all global militaries via U.S. military will shut down all media, internet, phones, and all TV program. Emergency services will still have theirs, so the U.S. military can broadcast 10 days of 3 times 8-hour sessions of video confessions, military tribunals, lots of evidence for the scandals listed in the Storm article. While this is happening, they will be removing governments worldwide and making global arrests. 500,000 indictments, and Gesara and Nesara will be activated, which will be a full rewiring of planet Earth. So, again, there's things going on behind the scenes with this coronavirus, which makes me wonder who really released this virus. Is it natural? Man-made? I don't know. I do know that you can protect yourself against this virus by keeping your vibrations high. Do not have fear. Fear lowers your vibrations into a lower density field, so keep your spirits high. Do not be fearful of what's going on. Stay positive. All right, let's just go through my little windows here. We've been through that. Obama's executive orders. I was looking through there. And again, this is in the Federal Register. And you can go over here. And this will break down if you want to view. You know, so I will be doing some checking right here. Or actually Roosevelt. Down here for when they instituted this income tax, because as far as I know, all of our taxes for the government, all money coming into the government since our inception, have been for tariffs on goods coming in through ports. So there will be more on that later. There's Joe M. Okay. Over here is Q. So if you want the latest Q posts, right here. QAnon Pub. And these are actual posts from yesterday. You can go, I will post a link to Q also, and you can go in and read Q posts on your own. And then also, I found this neat website called GovTrack. If you send them your email, they will send you updates on all of the bills and laws that are passed. So I've done that, and I will post the link to this as well. GovTrack. GovTrack.us. But I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say in this video, that there may be more to this Gesara Nesara than we think. So, just be aware. Heads up, I'm still going to do some more digging into this. I'm going to do some more digging into whether taxes are legit or not. I have a package coming that I will have to read, and so that'll be it for today. Thank you for hanging in with me. Remember, all these are just my views on what I think is happening in the world today. And join me again for another episode of reviews, views, and everything else in the future. Thank you.